morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Let's smack it in the ass.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, that's nice.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 24th day of September, 2024. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Hi, my name is Chris Hockey. Thanks for tuning in. A big show today. Jonathan Grenard around 8:35 today, joining us to talk about the Vikings game, the star of the defense on Sunday. Can't wait to talk to him. That's going to be fun as always. I'm Marnie Gellner, Mark Rosen, the cast of thousands. Let's get her started. Here's Nate Bargatze, some comedy about waffles and the hotel breakfast. On a Tuesday morning, if you got the Tuesday tired's, we're going to be your audio caffeine. The official morning show of the Minnesota Vikings, the Power Trip Morning Show. Come on in. I'm glad you're here.
We're at a Holiday Inn Express. So the breakfast buffet there is where they have the cereal where you turn the knob and like 4 pieces fall out. It's like how you feed a cat for a long weekend. You know? Yeah, that's enough. They had batter and syrup. And so they had the waffle iron where you make it yourself. So you pour the batter on the waffle iron, you shut it, you turn it over, it locks, it cooks for 2 minutes, you turn it over, you open it, half the waffle comes off, half stays forever. So I'm with my buddy of mine that's my age. So we go through, he's in front of me. Batter and syrup, they're in clear containers. They're not labeled, but they're in clear containers. He gets the syrup and starts pouring it on the waffle iron. And I'm not even stopping him because he's not doing it where he's going, I've never done that. He's doing it where we're probably going to try it after him. I mean, he's just like, you're like, dude, I can't wait to see what this guy's making. Like, he might know something that I don't know. He shuts it, turns it over, it cooks. He's like looking at us. We're like, I mean, the whole line's like, yeah, what is that going to be? And it makes black smoke is what it makes. Just, dark black smoke. Just starts filling the lobby. The manager comes over. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I guess I poured the wrong one. These are not labeled. And the guy's like, they're in clear containers. Do you not know the difference of batter and syrup? And he's like, I bet it happens all the time. He goes, I've worked here my whole life and I've never seen this.
What a mess.
I would do that.
Finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Power Trip Morning Show, or as Sauce would say, the Melendez Brothers fan line. Oh, Melendez, who cares?
Yeah, man.
I was just reading a story because you guys were talking about that show again off air. The Menendez brothers don't care for it. They say it's filled with a bunch of lies.
Oh, boy. Darn it.
They say it's embarrassing what Ryan Murphy has done to their lives.
Well,
right.
You know,
serving life in prison without parole.
Right.
Yeah, they've done some things. And yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to watch, and I'm not them. But I also,
Hang on, but I know this is a repeat argument, and we bring this up all the time. Do the Menendez brothers get Netflix?
Great point. Probably.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, let's think again. They get to hang out with their buddies. Sure, they have to avoid.
Yeah.
Well, no, they don't.
That.
No.
Oh, well.
Right, Sauce?
Well, but even so.
Yeah.
They probably work out a little bit.
We're talking about the Melendez brothers?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
All
That's
the time.
what I said. I said it. It's my fault. I got it in your head.
And now you think it's the Melendez brothers.
No, I know it's the Menendez brothers.
But they work out once in a while. They get some privacy. They get left alone in their room for the rest of their lives. And they get streaming services. That sounds like my life.
Yes.
Well,
that's so close to me.
Well,
I don't go outside either.
Well,
right?
They get some time out. I think they've mandated time outside, so they're technically probably getting more vitamin D than you are.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Did you start it yet, Maxo?
No, I didn't get a chance to, but because I had to hang out with the kiddo yesterday. But my mom told me that she watched it because of you guys, and it was. She said it was the same thing you guys were saying. It was hard to watch.
Yeah,
it was
to watch.
very graphic.
I didn't know your mom listened to this show.
Yeah, she loves the show.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Does your mom pay for Netflix?
I think. Well, technically, if Big Netflix is listening.
Okay.
I got you.
Well, the Menendez brothers get it for free.
Yeah.
They do.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We should all just go to prison, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Nah.
What? Honestly, if I went to prison, what would I be missing?
you know what Charlie says?
Yeah, there's tons of sex in prison.
That's what he said.
I could, based on every movie I've ever seen, I could still play poker. I don't win in real life. I probably could beat some criminals.
There's
I
Corey in
think.
prison.
Yeah.
That man has the largest penis I have ever seen.
Wow, that is you.
By the way, that is such a great bit, right? That's from Parks and Rec.
I know.
Gary or Jerry or Larry or Terry, they call him 1,000 different
Jim's
names.
the best guy ever.
Right, Jim O'Hare. He just gets dumped on constantly, but he's got a smoke show for a wife, a lovely family with super attractive daughters, and he has the largest penis that doctor has ever seen.
Wow. Good for him.
They just despise him, but he's got like the greatest life.
Yeah, he got a huge penis.
Yeah.
God, he loved that character too, man. Do you remember when I sang Bye Bye Little Sebastian with him and sent it to you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
He does a lot of work for the charity, one of the charities I'm involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Good dude,
great
man.
dude.
That show's hilarious.
He came
Yeah, it's
here
a
one
top
time.
fiver of all time.
Yeah. How
And
did
that
we get to him? I forget.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that trope of everyone hating the one person, same with Toby, is just always funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Johnny Bones should be here in a second. His baseball team is just clinging to life.
What do you mean it didn't match the number? Please. I'm just trying to see my email.
Yeah, it's so
God,
weird.
I feel like I got to get into Fort Knox.
Right.
Every time I'm just trying to read about my filth, floor, and filth.
Yeah.
Marnie a little bit later. Is Rosie here today? Or is
Oh, yeah,
Rosie?
he'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be here.
He'll be
Rosie's
here for
gonna
the
be
last time
later.
in like 7 months.
Oh, great.
Because he's got to go out of the country.
Then Cy Amundsen's calling later. We have a special announcement for these. Is this the third time we've done this? I think it's the third time.
I think it's the third.
Yeah, it's the second time for me, but third for
Right.
you guys, yeah.
So we'll
Exciting.
talk to Cy later. And then Jonathan Grenard at around 8:40 or so. Just 3 sacks on Sunday. No big deal.
How about that bastard? I can't wait to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's
Dominant.
an exciting week, man. And looks like Coach said Darnold's going to be okay. Do you want me to play the audio instead of just saying what he said?
Sure.
Here's KOC on Sam Darnold.
Really just revealing a knee bruise in there, a little sore, but hoping Sam can have a normal week of preparation as we go through it. And then just updating you guys on where Addison, Turner, and Pace are at. They'll all be kind of day-to-day this week. Optimistic and hoping we can get them some good preparation and have a chance to have those guys for a very tough challenge coming up in Green Bay.
Hell yeah, man.
Addison, Turner, and Pace. When you need law help.
Right. They don't need you, but you need them.
Did you do it again?
Right.
Call Addison, and Pace.
Do you want free Netflix in prison? Don't call us.
Right. This team is 3-0.
Yes, sir.
Stopping everyone.
Amen.
And the cavalry is coming.
Yes, sir.
Right. Hawkinson, Addison, Pace, Turner. We still have Lombardozzi. We have some big names on the way.
Yeah, man.
We should get better. And somehow, some way, I keep coming up with funky ass bleep like every single day.
Great song.
The Vikings are 2.5-point dogs at Green Bay.
Yeah.
Dogs.
How do we feel about that?
I feel good about it.
Weren't they 2.5-point dogs on Sunday?
Give or take, sure.
Yeah.
6-point dogs to the Niners.
Bring it.
The Packers are fine.
Oh.
I mean, they're okay.
You're saying like fine meaning like, woo, damn, baby.
Yeah. But they
Would you?
The Packers?
Malik Willis.
Yeah, no, the concept of the Green Bay Packers. Would you make love to it?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Just
kind of
raw dog it.
do already.
How?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Corey?
The only wins they have are the Colts and the Titans. And Max's Titans are the worst team in the NFL.
Can we stop putting my name on
Yeah,
that?
why do you call them
Colts are terrible.
They're so terrible.
They're so bad. But so are the Colts.
They are, yeah.
So, like, that's fine. And they lost to the Eagles. I think the Vikings are a better team. And
we'll find out, won't we?
I think they went on Sunday by a field goal from Will the Leg.
How about that? What the hell? The Corruptors? What's the name of the damn team?
Commanders.
Corruptors.
How about that game last night? Did anybody watch it?
It was nuts.
That pass he threw.
Oh my
Terry
god.
McLaurin.
A few of them.
Was perfect. So, I mean, I have a whole bunch of Jaden Daniels and Commanders stats because that's what's going to move the meter. That's how we're going to just skyrocket ratings.
Yeah.
Even more than our skyrocketing ratings.
Yakuza.
Which obviously, I mean, generating revenue left and right.
Yeah. Wakuza?
Is Jaden Daniels a Japanese mobster? I was unfamiliar with this story.
But here's the one that I think is crazy. Last 2 games,
yes,
the Washington Commanders, outside of kneeling the ball at the end of halves, have scored on every drive. The last 2 games. So check this out. This is according to CBSSports.com. They have scored on every drive in back-to-back games, excluding kneel downs. They had 8 drives on Monday. That was yesterday. 5 touchdowns, a field goal, and then 2 ending in kneel downs at the end of each half. In week 2 against the Giants, they had 7 field goals and a kneel down at the end of the half. So basically 100% scoring rates. One game like that is extremely rare. There's been 10 games since 2000 where a team scored on every drive excluding kneel down. So it's only happened 10 times total in 24 years. So according to CBS Sports, it says that's over a 1 in 1,300 chance, considering there's been about 13,000 games, including playoffs. The Commanders did it twice in a row, so that's around 1 out of a 1.7 million feet. 1.7. That's insane. 1.7 million.
Insane.
The chances of going back-to-back without having a drive end in anything but a score. Insane.
Nuts.
Here's another one crazy stat here when it comes to that they've scored on every drive the last 2 games. Jaden Daniels has now 2 career NFL games where his team has scored on every drive. He's only played in 3, but he's done it twice. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes combined twice in their entire career. All of them.
Wow.
They've only done it twice.
That's incredible.
Incredible.
He's
the real deal.
He's so good. And the best play that they have is that, what's it called? Where like
pass,
where like you fake the run, where like RPO. His RPO was deadly.
2 boobs and a pancake.
2 boobs and a pancake. That's their best play.
Pancakes sound good.
Hey, you know what else sounds good? Boobies.
Yeah, you know what does sound good?
You heard pancakes.
Yep. 100%.
Boobies. Boobies.
Button bar.
I mean, boobies are great.
Strong take.
Thanks. Yeah, they're really good, and he should have been the number 1 overall pick.
Who are we talking about again?
Jaden Daniels.
I know, isn't that incredible? Like,
yeah.
Did this just happen out of nowhere?
It also helps that he has.
You're not going to answer my question. Did everybody say last year, my guy?
Well, I mean, yeah, he won the Heisman,
yeah.
and he was, I mean, he's the second pick, and there were some people that said he should have been the first.
That's what I'm asking.
But
yeah, Dan Orlovsky said he should have been the number 1 overall pick.
But you know,
you like him.
I do.
The problem with the Caleb Williams is of the world. Same thing with Trevor Lawrence. Is when you have a quote generational quarterback, if you don't take them and then they're generational, then you're the worst GM in the history of GMs. If you take them and they fail, it's like, well, I didn't have a choice. I had to take him, right? So that's the Caleb Williams problems. The Bears almost had to, because what if you pass on Caleb?
Yeah,
and he's a Hall of Famer.
No,
then the Bears. I mean, but that's ultimately the job, right? We've. How about what was his name?
Hawk
Terry McLaren.
Yeah,
is it Mario Williams? Who was the guy that was taken ahead of Reggie Bush?
Mario Williams, NC State.
Oh, the defense.
And he was an absolute beast.
Yeah.
But everybody in the world was screaming Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
And the pick was right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Why do I care so much?
That's cool, man.
Really
It was a good game.
But you
That's
should.
Not really. I didn't have any money on it.
You know what's weird? We're going to have a lot of head coaches fired in the NFL this year.
Every year it's like 5 to 7.
Yeah, but like the Bengals head coach is going to be fired. The Jacksonville coach is going to be fired.
Did you see that Lawrence stat? He's now lost 8 straight starts.
Yeah.
And what is his 4th year?
Yeah.
if this is his rookie year, we've seen Aikman struggle in his rookie year, Manning
Caleb
struggling.
yeah.
There's no necessary connection to struggles in your first year. If you're in your fourth year and you're $55 million a year and you've lost 8 straight starts,
He became one of the highest paid players in NFL history.
Whoops.
And hasn't won a game in a long time.
His offensive line is terrible, but he also, there's moments where, even last night in the game, where the guys on ESPN are like, just be an athlete. Just throw the ball. 1, 2, 3, throw. And he hangs on to it too long. Dallas's head coach will be fired. The Giants head coach will be fired. The Bears head coach will probably be fired. That's a lot. It's a lot.
They're calling it the curse of West Borland.
The guy from that band?
Yeah, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, have you ever seen him when he's not all dolled up?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah, he's a nice looking man.
He's not a bad looking dude, and he shreds.
Yeah, and he's just like normal. He's like, yeah, this is just kind of my thing.
Did you guys see Perry Farrell try to beat up his guitar player?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Didn't he look like a mannequin?
Yeah.
He didn't look like a real person.
He didn't look like a human, did he?
No.
Speaking of mannequins, have you guys seen that bit that's gone viral over the last couple of days?
Sure.
Of Frankie Valli singing that Grease song, and he's so old. I think he's 90. And he walks out on stage, and the track starts playing, and his microphone is still down by like his side, and then he puts it up to it. It's
haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's sad. He's 90.
Yeah. Would you?
Was he in the movie Mannequin?
No.
Man, remember that movie?
Never saw it.
Oh, screamer.
Isn't that the lady from Sex and the City?
Kim Cattrall?
Yeah.
That's right. She's the mannequin.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
You can imagine how many mannequins disappeared from department stores around Union City when that movie
I
came
believe it. She was also in one of the police academies.
Yeah,
Citizens on Patrol, maybe?
Yeah.
I thought it was the first one.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Chris Hockey's the Samantha of the Power Trip Morning Show.
Look
So
up
sweet of you.
which one was which police academy was Kim Cattrall in?
I'm sure it was the first one.
Is she related to the one guy in the band with
Yeah.
the last name Cottrell?
Yeah.
She was in the first one.
That's Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains.
She was in the first one.
Nobody listens.
Yeah, that's what Chris guessed.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. Thank you for checking my work. Because who knows what I know?
Yeah, you would, right, Hawk?
Who?
Kim Cottrell?
What a question.
His dad?
Probably. Good genes.
Somebody make pancakes.
We have pancake stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
You'd eat pancakes right now?
If you made them, you'd poison them.
No,
I don't trust you.
I would not do that to you.
I don't trust you.
Well,
never truly trust another human being.
kiss a hot
Like
dog.
that Bargatze bit we played at the
That
beginning of
was
the show.
brilliant.
Isn't that the best?
funny.
God, he's so good.
Hosting SNL in a couple of weeks.
There's
Again?
nothing better
Yeah.
than a hotel
They
breakfast.
announced the first 5 hosts of the year, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
already bringing him back. They obviously thought he crushed it last time, so
Hawk was gone when
it's
we
like
went over that.
Gene
yeah.
Smart, Nate Bargatze,
Pasta Bolognese.
Pasta Bolognese is hosting a couple of them. Ariana Grande. Yeah, it should be good. Michael Keaton.
Manny Fresh.
Yeah, Birdman, BG.
Zach in the Box.
Yeah, he's
Bill's in for.
his earrings are trillion cut.
Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah, his pinky ring is platinum plus.
John Bonus should be here in a second or two. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Hey, Hogs.
What happened?
Our first segment was brought to you by our friends at Gutter Helmet MN, Gutter Helmet of Minnesota.
Oh, good, yes.
GutterHelmetMN.com.
How come that's just named at Chris? You don't think Bonus and Max and I care about what that sponsorship's all about? I mean,
I do not.
Oh, you don't care?
I don't
Max,
have
do you care
gutters
that he
anymore.
sponsors the first segment?
Absolutely care. I had gutters.
I'm a
Max
gutter
needed
guy.
Max
helmet.
don't care it's because it involves me and
Okay,
vice
so
versa.
Max cares.
Absolutely, I would die
Chris,
for
did you
Chelsea.
care or not?
I do
Max
care a
is
little
my
bit,
Birdman.
and because I like the idea that now the first segment is often so bad
Right.
that Sauce has to get permission from Gutter Helmet every day to say that it was sponsored by them.
GutterHelmetMN.com.
Yeah, so they give him a call right after the segment and say, all right.
So they gave you a thumbs up on that first one.
Yeah.
We mostly just talked about the Menendez brothers and their free Netflix.
We mentioned the Vikings, though.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess briefly.
We're
yeah.
3-0, man.
that's what I say. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Let's rock. What do you think of them, Johnny Bonds?
I would say that segment was bad.
Yeah,
you
Johnny
know,
Bonds.
Well, duh,
but not
come on.
so bad that it could clog up a gutter helmet because nothing.
Well said.
You'd be surprised. I can clog about anything else.
Hot.
Man.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is right.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah, buddy.
Have you traveled around the globe in the last 7 days?
I was in lovely Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That counts.
For the weekend. A 96.
It's the capital, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the capital, is it not?
No, it's definitely the capital.
That's
Exotic
weird, isn't it?
place.
Because Philadelphia's in that state, too.
And Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Philly was like almost Washington, D.C. at one
Yes,
point,
right. Exactly. It was for a while. It was the
Which is
nation's
why
capital.
knowing state capitals is a waste of time.
Yes, correct.
Who cares about Harrisburg, Pennsylvania?
Harrisburgians.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They do. They care a great deal.
But you have
Decent
your
Vikings
wife's
locker room, by the
family or something.
96-year-old aunt passed, so we were
Oh,
there for
man.
the funeral. I was just telling Hawk about this. I ended up staying a couple of extra days because, good Lord, is stuff a problem?
My gosh. Ain't that the truth in two ways?
When you pass, I got to tell you, if you have things that you're like, this is really worth something, make sure it gets a good home. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give examples from my my own parents. Right, my mom and dad. When I was young, we would visit Austin, Minnesota, because Austin, Minnesota is where my dad was from, and they would often go traveling around to countries and countries, estates or farms or barns or whatever, and find like a great antique hutch.
Yeah.
Right, and my mom would take that antique hutch and strip it and stain it and varnish it, and then that hutch was in their house for 40 years.
Wow.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
And there are, 9 items like that in that house, probably. Oh. That my mom, even when she moved out of the house after my dad passed and moved into a 2-bedroom apartment, kept, even though it made the apartment too crowded, right?
Yeah.
Well, then when she passes, I've got 9 items like that. I know meant something to her.
Yeah.
I live in a condo. I've got a hutch, or I don't have hutch. I don't have room for a hutch.
No.
And I already have a dining room table. I don't need
hutch.
another dining room table in my house.
too.
Do people still use hutches?
I could use a hutch. I'll take it.
Yeah, Hawk would.
I'm money for hutches.
Yeah, Hawk needs to
Continue
put it
use
up to
9 of
dirty
them.
magazines in.
Yeah, man, I got to hide my dirt.
My brother
Hawk has
lives
a
in
40 for
Melbourne,
Hutch's bumper sticker.
Poor Steve.
My brother lives in Melbourne, Australia. Doesn't need a hutch. You can't get a hutch. To
Nor
Melbourne,
do you
Australia.
want to ship it to
No,
him.
exactly, right?
I ship you.
But you end up.
Your dad does.
Now you've got to find a place for a hutch.
Right, so you're going to sell some of these.
Wait, maybe.
Whoa, what, Brucey?
Right.
Hey.
You
And
probably should, but then you feel like you're selling a piece of your mother along with
A
it.
little bit, but also like
Abby.
it's one thing to get rid of one hutch. It's one thing to get rid of like 12 pieces of this, and then these pot holders were knitted by your aunt so and so.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you're
loved
like-
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's just,
Yeah, dude, it's a lot, right?
oh my god! And then on top of that, you've got people are like, oh, that's perfectly new. Nobody ever used that. We should find a shelter for that. Or those are like, it's an enormous undertaking, and nobody lives in that town anymore.
Can I ask
it becomes a mess.
Is there, and this is a stupid question, I get that. There has to be a company that will do all that for you, right?
I mean, what you can do is you can hire like an estate place,
Yeah.
and they will take a look at it and decide whether or not they can sell enough of it, right? And then you get some fraction of that money, and then they will also they may clean out the house for you,
Right.
right, and go through it.
That's a
but a
pretty
lot of
cool
times, like depending on how much stuff there is, then they'll do that, but only if you're also going to allow them to sell the house.
Oh, is that
Like
right?
in an
Oh,
auction?
I didn't know that.
You know,
That's tough.
so it's just
It's a good business.
John,
I'd like to
so
open a business like that.
About a week or two ago, Marnie Gilner talked about how she found an old KFAN T-shirt.
And he kind of just gave it to me.
Yeah, like a Mike Morris themed T-shirt, and she mentioned it on the air. And within about an hour later, some dude showed up and gave her $40
Yeah, here at the radio station.
at the radio station. True
Okay.
story, because she just mentioned it.
And then she sold the T-shirt.
You gotta
I swallowed 5 swords at once.
Okay,
God,
relax,
exactly.
Marty.
get a picture or two of one of these hutches, the
Tommy.
best hutch you got,
right.
and just sell it on the air. We'll turn it into Swap Shop or
This is
whatever
what
the hell that
This
thing's
is
called.
what I want to do with my life.
Yeah, sell
this is
hutches.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you just start a goddamn website that's like,
Hutch.com.
bonushutch.com. You have every other domain name on the planet.
And then have it buy coffee for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then use it as a tax write-off to buy us coffee every Tuesday.
I know. I'm thinking about it, man. I've got so much junk. I've got a storage unit just full of blank.
Yeah. A lot of your dad's dirty magazines.
You're like Howard Stern.
Right.
Selling out of the storage facility.
By the way. Oh, no. Did you hear him on Smartless?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing about his eye, or the dad's eye, and
do you
Sean
know
Hayes.
anybody who knows more about Howard Stern than me? Honestly, in your life.
You had never heard that, no?
I never knew his dad had a glass eye.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, I
never knew it.
Wow.
Oh.
Big part of that. I mean, that's a huge thing, apparently, according to him.
Yeah, and Sean Hayes, his mother had a glass eye, and they talk about how both of them essentially had to find out kind of on their own, and it was one of those things that just wasn't discussed.
Yeah.
And in
How
fact,
about that?
Howard's mom was like, "That's your father's story to tell. Basically, don't ask him about it. He doesn't want to talk about it."
Wow.
Weird, man.
Weird.
That's weird. He's never a guy who was an open book. You think had never mentioned that in all the years I've listened. Go ahead.
Are his
Sorry.
parents still alive?
Both his mom.
His dad just died a couple years ago.
Yeah, is his mom still with us? She's real close, I think.
Now I'm blanking if his mom is still alive, but his dad died, I think, 2-ish years ago.
Did he ever find out how his dad got the glass eye?
I believe it was it him?
He did
I
find
don't remember.
out.
Yeah, he
You don't
did.
know? Okay, he found out.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
did. He told the story. I believe it was it cancer or was that Sean's mom? Ah, geez.
Don't remember.
I don't know either. I was driving through the middle of Wisconsin in the middle of the night with no brakes. That's a long story too.
Yeah, no, Howard's
No
mom did
breaks.
pass away.
Howard's mom did?
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
looks like she did, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say no brakes?
Yeah, it's a long story, man.
Dude.
I know.
That sounds like it could be a very short story.
It almost was. I got really lucky, man. It was one of those things where you're like, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, was looking out for me, man, because I drove my Mustang home and picked up my Chevy Silverado because, it's almost wintertime.
Yeah.
And as I was coming through Chicago at a high rate of speed, I pulled over to get gas. And as I was leaving the gas station, the brakes went out on the truck. As I was leaving the gas station. If it had happened when I was in traffic in Chicago.
Going 90?
Yeah, I'd have been in trouble. But.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know, man. So that was a long trip home. I forgot to tell you guys about that little thing, no big deal.
Sorry, Daddy.
Front page sports after this Power Trip Morning Show fan.
The Fan.
Hey, good morning to you. Good morning, y'all. It's Power Trip. Here we are. Deep 7, bringing you some jazzy music this morning. Yeah. Our guy, Jonathan Grenard, will be on the show today at about, 8:35-ish. By the way, Sassy?
Yeah, man.
In your Vikings promo for the Power Trip the other day, you said 7:35?
Did I really?
Or 7:40. Just so you know, it is 8:35, 8:40.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when it's going to be.
Oh, God.
I know.
Now nobody's going to tune in.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Well, tune in an hour early. Even better.
That's a great point.
Thank you, Bonus.
You're right.
Savvy move there, Saucy.
Look at you. My fault. I was being critical. I shouldn't have been because you were thinking way ahead.
You be as critical as you want.
Well, all right. I think you're.
No.
Can I be too?
No.
Please?
No.
It's my birthday.
It is?
No.
Anyway, Jonathan Grenard, KFC talking about JG.
Not surprised. We've been talking, I think I've mentioned it a couple of times to you guys, like the sacks were going to come when you have the pressure rate that he's had through these first 2 games leading into yesterday. So not surprised, but love what JG's doing.
Yeah, man. He's a big fan of Justin Gard.
Oh, that's kind.
So a little bit later today, is it Mesh Besher and Spence that brings us Jonathan Grenard? Is that right?
I think so.
I believe that's right.
Ivy.
I think IV too.
I don't know. Either way. Well-oiled machine.
Yes, it is.
Let's do Front Page Sports. I know who sponsors
Time
this.
now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
It's Holiday Station Stores, and you can buy 2, get 1 free when it comes to Red Bull at Holiday for a limited time. Mix and match any flavors you want. Wake up by getting energized with Red Bull at Holiday.
Holiday's the best.
Red Bull.
It sure is. All right, there was a couple of Monday night games, and we can get to those in a second, but John Bonus is here.
Johnny Bones.
It's go time. 6 games
It
left
is go
for
time.
Detroit, for KC, and the Twins. Seattle has just 5 games left. Seattle won last night 6-1 over the Astros. So here's the old situation with 6 games to go, Johnny Bones. The Twins are 1 game out of the wild card spot. Actually, the final 2 wild card spots, because Kansas City and Detroit are 1 game ahead of the Twins. Those are the final 2 spots. KC is free falling, right? 7 straight losses. Today, Tampa is at Detroit at noon. 6 games to go for, again, Detroit. KC is at Washington at 5:45. The Marlins are at Target Field at 6:40. Bailey Ober goes for the Twins. And then at 7:10, Seattle is at Houston.
I will be at Target Field. This is why pennant races are the best.
This is
Absolutely the best, unless your team is playing like dog crap. And then it's very hard. But
that's almost all of these teams I just mentioned, except for Detroit.
I mean, you're right. It is a one eye on the ball game and one eye on the scoreboard. Across it every day, the situation seems to change dramatically from one day to the next. It's going to be a hell of a fun week, provided the Twins quit playing like dog crap. All of that is very interesting, but you've got to win some games. You've got to beat teams you should beat, and you've got to beat them solidly. And this is, they're probably going to have to win, I would think, 4 out of 6 games over this week and during this homestand. At least go 3-3, and what they have been doing is generally going 2-4 every week, because the pitching the relief pitching has not worked out, and the offense is just not hitting. That's probably the biggest concern right now. There's just no offense going on. But they're home, and stranger things have happened than a team getting on a hot streak in the last week at home. So, and it's going to be, by the way, gorgeous at Target Field like all week. Yeah. Absolutely perfect weather for baseball. So here we go. Buckle up. Let's go. I will be on the edge of my seat.
So you would like them to make the postseason?
I would like them to make the postseason.
You're in that group.
Yes.
Sauce?
No.
Okay.
I don't want them to make the postseason.
Come on, Sauce. Don't do that to Bonesy.
Come on, baby. You want that. You want that hit.
Why?
Give it to Bonesy.
For Bonesy, sure.
No.
But tomorrow when Bonesy's not here, I could give a rip.
Get Pablo and Ober on the mound. You got a shortened bullpen.
Pablo,
you guys get a little healthier at the
What matters
lineup.
more to you, Paul? John Bonus's happiness or Joe Polad's pain?
I'm such an idiot.
What did I miss?
I said Pablo from Napoleon Dynamite.
Bonus's happiness.
Bonus's happiness is more important than Joe Polad's pain.
Yes. So
what if I ask you that tomorrow?
Go Twins.
Oh, okay. Sauce, 13 hours ago, you tweeted, if I'm the Vikings, I call the Raiders and offer them a 2025 fifth round and 2026 third round pick for Davante Adams.
I 100% do that. And I think that we will see in the next couple of weeks if this continues like everybody thinks they do and they realize that they have a good team. We've seen Kwesi fire at the trade deadline in the past, bringing in TJ Hawkinson. I would bet they bring in another offensive weapon. And
I would argue, I don't need to make the preposterous statement term, and I normally don't. I would say we don't need him because you have.
He's like Shohei Ohtani.
Well, not quite. Just because he's expensive as hell. First of all, I don't think the Raiders would do it for that little.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be there.
Well, but still, I don't think the Raiders will just give him away for almost nothing. But I don't know why you would add that kind of a salary when Jalen Naylor's dirt cheap, Jordan Addison's on his rookie deal.
And
you just paid Jefferson a bunch. You got Hawkinson coming back and Addison coming back. I'm not saying that Jalen Naylor's better than Davante Adams, but I don't think you need Davante Adams on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted it because I saw while I was watching NFL Live that they are going to make another quarterback change and probably go back to Aiden O'Connell. And we've heard all offseason that he doesn't want to be there, right? And when you have a player that makes a lot of money like that, he has to be traded for cheap draft picks, right? So I'm just saying, I would bet they'll call, but he's going to be traded. I think you could find a place for him on this team. If you legitimately think you can win and win in the playoffs, you need an arsenal of weapons, or they trade for a defensive player. I would bet money they make a trade a big trade before the trade deadline. Because
a lot might depend on who's healthy.
What do you mean that's rare?
Mid-season?
It's pretty rare in the NFL, major trades. I know it's ramped up a little bit in the last couple of years, but major trades in the NFL, pretty rare.
I just think they'll add a piece. They'll add a piece.
Oh, let's see how it sounds.
Hello?
Hey, who this?
This is Paul.
This is Johnny Raider.
Oh, hey, Johnny Raider. How are you, man?
You interested in our receiver? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, that guy.
Since you don't really know who he is, I bet I could get him from you pretty cheap.
Well, we'll figure out what he got.
I've got nudes of your dad and a 5th-round pick.
Do you even know my name?
Yeah, you're Bill Raider.
It's not right, number one.
You're talking about my
There's a
cousin.
3-way call, by the way. Hi, I'm Corey. I'm Corey from KFAN in Minneapolis.
Why are you on the call?
Just because I think this take is so dumb. I just wanted to hear how bad this phone call was going to go.
Which of these two morons would
Who the
have
hell's
a
this?
call?
Wow, how many people are on this call? Sir!
Zoom meeting.
That's
Hey
Bill
guys, by the way. Yeah.
This is Bill Raider.
I'm calling collect.
Hey, Johnny Raider.
Hi, I'm Johnny Raider.
I thought it was Bill.
No, I think that's the name you gave him.
That's his father.
I think that's his third name we've come up with.
Johnny, I don't know what you're into, but do nudes of your dad entice you at all? Like, is that something you would want?
Does that help?
Listen, I've been trying to get those sons of bitches back, since they circulated. But I'm here to talk about
Devontae Adams.
yes, exactly. What do you got for me there, Sausage?
I've got a 3rd-round pick
Okay.
and a 5th-round pick.
No thanks.
Okay.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how. Good job.
The Commanders beat the Bengals 30.
What a mess.
33. The Bengals are 0-3, and the Commanders are 2-1. We just mentioned it last segment or a segment before that, maybe. That they've gone 2 straight games, scoring on every drive except for kneel downs. But yesterday, Jaden Daniels, spectacular. 21 of 23 for 254 and a couple of touchdowns. He also ran for 1 touchdown. And the 21 of 23, hang on, Johnny Raider. The 21 of 23, 91.3%. That completion percentage is the highest in NFL history for a rookie.
Very impressive. Hello?
Wait till the phone stops ringing.
Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Hi, this is Neil Down.
Hey, Neil Down. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
What do you need?
I forgot.
Do you want to trade for Devontae Adams?
I'm looking for Mark Rosen.
Oh, he's probably kneeling down somewhere.
Sorry, I lost the connection.
Hello?
Who this?
This is Paul. Who's this?
This is Neil Down.
Hi, Neil Down.
Here's the point. You got a big head. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Bye, Neil Down.
I don't understand why you answer phone calls from numbers that you don't have saved into your phone.
Oh,
it just send it to voicemail.
That guy's mean. He just called you to tell you had a big head.
Yeah, well,
like you don't know.
I know. I could see it every day.
Let's do what really matters when we come back. I have
Good to know.
a question that Sauce asked on Twitter, and I'm also extremely confused. I don't get it. We'll talk about this after Power Trip Morning. We're going to agree on something, Sauce. Something is very strange that's going on, and I don't understand it. Power Trip Morning Show back after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Let's do what really matters. I'll do scores and stats around the world of sports. Chris will tell you something more interesting.
What? I know, Rosie. It's exciting.
I actually think this first thing's interesting, though.
Okay.
So yesterday we talked about the Gophers getting their asses kicked by the Iowa Hawkeyes.
By a bunch of GD nerds.
And we couldn't believe that the line was only 10. That Michigan hosting the Gophers on Saturday, only 10-point favorites. And then Power Trip Bets was like, well, it actually opened about 12 points, and it was bet down to 10. Well, currently on DraftKings, Michigan is just a 9-point favorite. It continues to slide down. I don't understand it. This feels like free money. I don't get it. How are we not going to get absolutely, as you would like to say, Sauce, boat raced?
Yeah. I think from when I tweeted that, there were a couple of Michigan fans that responded and basically said, like, we don't have a passing game.
Doesn't matter. It's Michigan. We don't have a passing game either.
Their interior
We're the Gophers.
offensive or defensive line is, I mean, Mason Graham he'll be a top 5 pick, and he's their 3-tech. He's dominant. Yeah. And they have a cornerback who's going to be a top 25 pick.
Okay, but let's back up for a second. You just said that the Michigan Wolverines fans are saying we don't have a passing game, right? Cade McNamara from Iowa threw for 62 yards, and they beat us by 17.
I was going to say, all they did is run through us like a hot knife through butter.
The Gophers are going to get they're going to get trucked. I just wish sports betting was legal. All this tape's going to come back to haunt me if the Gophers find a way to win. But this just feels like they're going to get absolutely wrecked.
When I see a line move like that, I almost always bet with it, whichever way the line's moving, because I assume somebody knows something.
No kidding. Yeah, that's a good idea. You're like
so you would bet Michigan?
You're like a degenerate.
I bet the Gophers.
You'd take the Gophers plus nine.
I said, listen. I thought,
pick a number.
I heard you yesterday say the same thing. Like I would never have taken -10, and now hearing that's moving from -9 to -12. Yeah, I'd probably take the Gopher side of it.
I'll take Michigan -9.
I'll throw $50 on it because I don't know anything about it. But
anybody
there's something
else
going on.
Feel free to reach out.
No, I just the thing after this, watching this line go down and down and down. I think that this is like, the Gopher, they have to at least show up. If they get run through again, it's not good. I mean, the over-under was what, 5.5?
What, wins for the season?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think it was 5.5. I mean, then you got USC next week.
Jeez Louise.
This will be their best effort of the season.
Or their worst, or somewhere in between.
They always get boat raced by Michigan.
That's my point. I know they're not the same team that won the national title, but they're the 12th ranked team in the country. We're going to get absolutely smoked by this squad.
The other reason to bet Michigan, like Corey is Michigan's currently ranked 12th. I know it's not the end of the year, but you got 12 teams that are going to make this. In college football, you have to run over people. Yeah. You have to run up the score.
What really matters, though, is this.
I think what you're saying is interesting, Sauce.
Go ahead.
And I will say that maybe it also because they expect to run the ball so much that there won't be a lot of points scored. Maybe.
Yeah, the over/under is 38.5.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that might explain.
That might explain it.
I think it's gonna.
Because both teams will run the ball. The game will last about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, PJ's not going to run the ball much, right, Sauce?
I mean, they run it on 3rd and 10.
Oh. Well, there will be a lot of those.
I mean, I will say this, though. During the game, there was like a 3rd and long, and they caught Iowa completely off guard by running the ball. It worked once, but yeah.
You've heard that human fingernails grow faster during the summertime. Apparently, that's due to increased blood flow to the fingertips due to the heat.
Oh.
The heat.
I wonder if that works for increased blood flow to other parts.
Calm down, Bonus.
It's a legitimate
in
question,
the morning.
Corey. It's a legitimate question. That's why when I go in the sauna, I look like Peter North. But during the wintertime,
I'm sorry.
I look like Peter South. Yeah, right.
Peter South.
Pinky. I like that, man. Pinky Tuscadero.
The Buffalo Bills won 47-10. This game was over at halftime. The Jags got absolutely crushed. Buffalo, the 5th team now remaining at 3-0. They are undefeated. The Jags are the opposite. They are 0-3. Trevor Lawrence has lost 8 straight starts. Josh Allen, 4 touchdowns. I believe all 4 of those were in the first half. A 142.1 passer rating. What really matters, though, is this.
Animals process time differently.
Really?
Depending on their size. I don't know how they know this. Like, do they make them wear watches? Research suggests that smaller animals like mice and lizards process time faster than larger animals like elephants and giraffes. This is also true about animals that fly and marine predators as well. Due to fast-paced lifestyles, these animals have visual systems that take in changes at higher and faster rates. Weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's trippy.
I'm having a hard time processing what you said.
Right. You
And
wanna say
I
it again?
followed every word. I'm just trying to figure
Yeah.
out how that works. But I don't know nature.
Yeah.
I don't do animals. Is my snake to my mongoose, or is it the mongoose to my snake? Either way, it's bad.
That's actually pretty good.
Thanks. I've been working on it for like 25 years.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's not
You'll
great.
get there.
It's obviously it's Mike Myers as Dr. Evil, but it's also Mike Myers doing Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Right?
Which isn't the bit that he stole that from his guy? Don't you know
What
that
guy?
story?
From his guy, you know the guy he's got in the basement of the
who's
camp?
Garth? Dana Carvey.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't get along. You don't know that? He said that on Howard Stern.
That was his idea?
That's Dana Carvey's impression.
The Dr. Evil is his Lorne Michaels impression?
Yeah. And
Has there ever been another adult man named Lorne, Lorne?
Yeah, Lorne Green
yeah.
was a cowboy.
I remember him.
Lauren,
Yeah.
Steve.
He was also on
I don't know that
Bonanza
guy.
or something.
Yeah, he was a cowboy.
Oh, that. Okay. I thought you meant like a Dallas cowboy.
Ralph Lauren.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you don't get this bit.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Yep. Again, you continue to not get this bit. Paul, your hands up.
Lorena Bobbitt, Woodhawk.
1,000% pre and post penis cutting.
And you know what? Get rid of this sumbitch. It's nothing but trouble.
Throw it out the window.
You'd bang Lorena Bobbitt.
Not afterwards.
I don't be rude. I'd make love to her. Please.
Okay. Sorry,
Don't
Daddy.
piss her off.
If you piss her off, there's a chance, it's not zero, that she will throw your penis in a field.
How about that?
Yeah, and you know what?
Think about that.
2 years later, there's a whole field full of penises.
And
wild
Tommy and
penises.
Zacho running through it.
Good for the environment.
Frolicking.
Yeah, it's like Dorothy in the Papa seeds.
Which was asbestos.
Yeah, of course it was.
They probably all got mesothelioma.
Yeah,
Right?
sure
That's
they
just
did. Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Right? The Tin Man almost died because of the silver that they painted his face with.
Yeah, that's right.
And then they almost probably all got cancer because of the asbestos they were just bathing in.
I know, and they made
In the poppy
Dorothy
field.
wear an extra tight bra to clamp those sons of bitches down. It's just pain all the way around.
Yep. But pain is art, and that's one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's right. Look at you. Look at you. I like what you just said. You're right.
It's fantastic. It holds up.
Thanks.
The new one looks atrocious.
You just-
Wicked?
Oh my God, it looks
How
terrible.
dare you say that? You
That looks
just
sweet.
Stop it.
That looks
Stop it.
unwatchable.
I could not love a story more than I love that story.
Yep. Honestly, I hope it is fantastic
It will
for
be.
everybody that likes those kind of movies. That trailer is nails on a chalkboard for me. That looks like I would hate every second of that movie. So I'm not going to watch it, but I hope you guys love it and give it a 10
I
out of
already
10.
love it. I already know that it's going to be the best movie ever. I already gave it a Golden Globe.
I think it'll be great. I actually want to see it.
You're not helping me.
It looks, that's case closed.
I think it looks sweet.
The movie with Franco a handful, like 10 years ago. It looks that bad, but with singing.
No. It's a completely different story. It's a really
I know, it
great
just looks
story.
like the same visuals with bad singing. So I would hate it.
What
But
movie
good luck to you guys.
Are we talking about Wicked?
Wicked, yeah, with Ariana Grande.
I mean, that's one of the most popular
For sure.
Broadway shows ever.
100%.
Like, it's going to be a great story.
Yeah, my guess is a lot of people really, really, really like it. I would not care
You
for
don't
it.
like musicals.
Right, unless it's
Okay,
Charlie
then.
and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka, as Mr. Z likes to point out. Or Wizard of Oz, for God's sakes. Right? There's a handful that don't feel like musicals even when they are.
Okay.
I think it
Does that
looks
make
great.
sense?
Yeah.
What really matters, though, is this.
The world's first vending machine was a holy water dispenser. I got to look up more information about this.
Take
seems-
that, Corey.
You putting a bid on that?
We've talked about this at some point in the past.
We have?
Because I knew that. When did we bring this up?
Probably during third grade English.
I don't.
The earliest known reference to a vending machine is in the work of Hero of Alexandria, an engineer and mathematician in 1st century Roman Egypt. His machine accepted a coin and then dispensed wine or holy water.
You know what? I think holy water was an initials clue. I think that's where I've heard this in the past.
How about?
Because I don't think I've used vending machine. I don't think I've used VM, but I'm pretty sure holy water was an answer, and that might have been a clue.
Did you say 1st century?
1st century Roman Egypt, yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a Catholic church in the 1st century. So How was there holy water in the
No, I
first
mean,
century?
Well, somebody else blessed it.
Somebody else had so it was a different kind of
Different
holy
guy.
water?
Yeah.
Different,
Oh, yeah, you're just assuming it's
Poseidon's
that guy.
holy water.
That's James,
He's got a
Jesus'
lot.
brother.
Yeah.
Poseidon has the most holy water.
Oh.
All right.
Got awkward in here.
Yeah, it did.
How much do you think it costs?
A grot.
A grot?
Yeah, it's a really, really nice butt. The kids are saying
I'm betting
that.
it cost like a Caesar.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Caesar.
Oh, Caesar salad would be
Good
so
Caesar.
good.
Little Caesars.
Oh,
You probably should eat a salad.
Oh, you should probably clean your crank.
Well, you got that right.
I bet it stinks.
How dare you say that about my crank? Why would you say it
Yeah,
stinks?
that's honestly really mean. That was
That is
over the
really
line.
mean.
You've said your area stinks
Not my
because it
crank.
sweats so bad.
Well, you've really offended me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Johnny Smelly Crank.
Paul, I don't know why you have to be so critical of other people on this show. Just let us live our lives.
Yeah, come on, Terry Fake Tooth.
Wow, brilliant.
No, he'll be here at 7:30.
Oh, look who's talking.
What would you call it?
BBS.
Robot tooth, right?
Yeah, robot tooth.
Yeah, robot tooth.
I still don't understand the robot part.
There's metal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there.
So it's robot tooth.
I would have called it like Slayer Tooth.
Oh, I get that. You love Slayer. All right. Well,
Thanks.
you can all kiss hot dogs.
More of what really matters after this on the thing.
The Fan. Fan.
Hey, how you doing out there, everybody? Patrick Morning Show, official Minnesota Vikings morning show. KOC's happy with his defense.
What I love about it is you combine that player ownership with Flo's ability to put a game plan together that week based upon what we're going to get, what the answers more than likely will be, and how do we just provide as much stress as we possibly can for 60 minutes. That's my challenge to those guys every week. I want to feel the opponent working through that process every single week.
Yeah, and it's been working. And we'll talk to Jonathan Grenard later in the show today, around 8:40, about that exact thing in his big game on Sunday.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool, man. Glad to have him.
does this year feel different?
Yeah, it does.
I think so too.
Yeah.
The Vikings have never won a Super Bowl, obviously, in my lifetime, or period. But about every 10, 15 years, you get to about game 3 or 4, and you're like, this team feels different.
What?
And that's the way this week felt.
Yeah.
Felt like, like in 97 when Moss faced off against the Packers in week 4. It felt like week 2 of the Favre year when they went in for versus the 49ers. Like something, Minnesota Vikings fans know this feeling, and it usually ends up poorly, or in the past it's ended up poorly, but this feels different.
So the preseason over-under in Vegas for the Vikings was 6.5, right? And they're already at 3-0.
Right.
Looking pretty good to hit the over.
Well, sure.
I haven't looked, but I'm not even asking for a guess on what the Vegas line is. I'm asking for personal opinions. Give me a realistic now over-under in your own mind. Like, how many wins do you think is a fair range that they should be aiming for?
Let me take a look-see here at the schedule.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. 9.5, 10.5?
Yeah, I'm going to say 9.5 is a great number. That's a really good number.
But I think I'd take the over on 9.5. Would any of us take the under on 9.5?
I mean, let's just
10.5 feels like more of a fair one. Like I'm not sure which side I'd take.
After they play the Rams on Thursday night, they host the Colts, who are terrible. They play Jacksonville, who's not very good. Then they go to Tennessee. Then they play the Bears and then the Cardinals.
What a schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a sick run.
And then you get
when
the
is
Falcons
that? When does that
here.
start?
After the Thursday game.
Yeah, that's the first game in November.
They have like 4 consecutive games, though, that are still tough.
Right,
because you got the Packers Sunday. That's still going to be tricky.
Yep.
Then you have Aaron Rodgers in London.
Yep.
Who's the one before the Rams?
The Lions here.
Yeah, the Lions here, and then the Rams. So the next 4, we were saying even yesterday, if you can just find a way to split those 4 even, you're 5-2. For a team that was supposed to go over under 6.5, you're 5-2 if you split the next 4.
Right.
Let's go.
That's pretty sick. Think about the 9.5 number you just said, Johnny Bones.
Yeah, Johnny Bones.
This team feels like they should be better than 500 the rest of the way outside of major injury. And you go 500 the rest of the way and you're 10-7.
Yep.
Right? You're still hitting the over. So my guess is the adjusted over-under is probably somewhere in the 9.5 range, though. I think you're probably close.
Wow. What are the odds of the Vikings making the Super Bowl right now? What are the...
Was it 25 to 1 you said?
25 to 1.
Right now it's still 25 to 1?
I think that's what he said yesterday. Let me look. Again,
that
preseason it was 80 to 1.
Well, yeah, right. I mean,
now it's 25 to 1.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm not ready to put money on that yet.
You know what's bizarre, though? How about this?
And that's just to make the Super Bowl, not to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
Oh, this is to win it.
Oh,
to win it, 25 to 1. How about this for I don't understand this stat? This is one of these weird betting angles. The Vikings are 3-0 and are 25 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. Also 25 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. The 0-3 Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Same odds.
Well, I mean, it's hard to change expectations. Like you were talking about feeling, I guess I'll say, disrespected with being 2.5-point dogs to the Packers at Lambeau, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been dogs last week. They were dogs the week before. And and they weren't much of a favorite versus the Giants.
The pointer,
just so we're clear, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a while for the expectations to catch up. Like, people still aren't sure this team is real.
Right.
And because they're not watching them every week.
Yeah.
And I'm not totally sure this team is real either, but it feels different this year. And I would bet with that. I would bet for the next 3 or 4, like whatever the line is, we're going to feel like people still haven't figured it out.
So,
people
but real though, real's is a that's subjective, right?
Sure, right?
I think what we've learned through 3 games though is we don't know if they're Super Bowl contenders because who ever knows with the Vikings, right?
Right.
I'm not ready to say that either. That this team can win it all. But I think what I think we've all learned in the first 3 weeks is this is not going to be a 4-13 team, right? Like they could have been. Do you remember we did that story where it was like every team's ceiling and floor?
Oh yeah.
And I think it was like CBS Sports, I think. And they said the ceiling was 9-8, I think. 8-9 or 9-8, and the floor was 3-14. Like as bad as it could get is 3-14. We're already at the floor.
Well, yeah,
that's a 3.
ESPN predicted that they would have the number 1 overall pick.
Think about that. So that is regardless of how bad this season goes, the only way we're going to be that catastrophically bad is major injuries.
Well, yeah, I think even if they lost out, they wouldn't have the number 1 overall pick.
Well, that's possible as well. There's a couple of teams that look like they're going to struggle to find a win.
Yeah, Max's former team, no longer his team. The Titans will probably have the number 1 overall pick.
Well, and when you take a look through the NFC right now, like which teams are you like, oh, well, they're the clear favorite to go to the Super Bowl.
I still think a healthy Niners squad, even though they are banged up like crazy, a healthy Niners. Yeah. Purdy's got a back problem. Who's the other guy that just got hurt?
Was it Kinlaw?
I think Kinlaw's out for the year.
Yeah.
They're 1-2 and in a tough division at this point.
They're 1-2 and they're the second Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah, because when they're healthy, they're still going to be very tough to beat. What really matters, though, is this.
In the popular movie Ocean's 11, a large group of thieves orchestrate a complicated heist in which they steal millions of dollars from a casino.
Something like 160?
Something like that.
I think it's 160 mil.
Yeah. In real life, it's insanely difficult to rob a casino. You may know that.
It was in that movie, too, just so we're clear.
Yeah. Thank you.
They robbed one of Terry Benedict's places.
Sure.
Yeah.
For 4 years, Bill Brennan was employed as a sports book cashier at the Stardust Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
You love that place.
I used to. Now it's something else. What is there now?
Stardust?
Yeah. I think it's that mall.
Yeah, the red or something.
Yeah. I digress. On the morning of September 22nd, 1992, Brennan showed up for work as usual. Thank you. However, during his lunch break, Brennan managed to walk away from the casino with $507,000 in stolen cash and chips.
Jeez.
When police raided his home.
That is a decision to make at lunch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I wonder if he just... we'll find out. When police raided Brennan's apartment, he was nowhere to be found, and he quickly became one of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. Brennan did not draw any attention to himself during the heist. It's believed that he carefully studied the casino's security system as no surveillance footage captured him stealing the money or leaving the establishment. According to those who knew him, Brennan was an unremarkable loner who never caused any problems, but seemed to undergo an attitude change when management refused to promote him to a supervisory position. Yeah.
That never happens.
That was because, by the way, Brennan had started hanging around with a regular bettor at the casino whom management considered shady and distrustful. Curiously, the bettor also disappeared a few months after the heist, leading to speculation that he and Brennan had orchestrated the crime together. If Brennan did have an accomplice, by the way, it's possible he might have been double-crossed and killed for the stolen money. But until Brennan is found, this will remain one of the most infamous unsolved heists of all time.
What was the date and year?
September 22nd, 1992. Bill Brennan. He got away with it, Corey.
Wow.
I hope he, quote, orchestrated it, because crimes of opportunity almost never work out because you don't think ahead and cover your tracks, right? If it's just like, man, it's my lunch break. What should I do today? Oh, I'm going to rob the place and just walk out. Yeah, you haven't thought this through, right? You got to be patient and say, on a lunch break, you know, it'd be great if I robbed this place. You know what I should do is spend the next 3 years thinking of every possible angle, covering my tracks, and then doing it. That's how you do it. Kids, if you're listening, don't be impatient. Rob a bank over time, rob a casino over time with orchestration, not on impulse.
All right.
The more you know.
I was checking to see if the disgruntled employee robbed his casino on a Tuesday.
You're such an ass.
And you know what?
Yeah.
It was, in fact, a Tuesday.
Come on. Was it really?
Oh, my God. 9/22/92 was a Tuesday. Oh. What time was it? In the morning? Was it an early morning shift?
How dare you?
The spirit of bonus exists in all of us.
Yeah.
What are the chances? Like 14%.
About that. Yeah. For $500,000 in 92, which is, what do you think that's worth now? Maybe one and a half now?
Yeah, something one and change, yeah.
Is that worth becoming a fugitive for?
If you are...
Like, you've got to give up your whole life. I mean, I was not surprised to hear this guy is a loner. He kept to himself, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, he probably didn't have a lot of reasons he wanted to stay in Las Vegas to begin with. Like, I'll take the $1.5 million and just travel my life as a fugitive and not get credit cards and...
Was the movie The Fugitive even out in 92? Because maybe he just needed a little inspiration.
I think it was, yeah.
I don't know. Probably close.
93.
Okay, so
maybe
he was a fugitive before The Fugitive.
Oh, what about the TV show?
That is true.
That was an old TV show.
Hawk loved that show.
In the 60s.
But again, if only Ocean's 11 had come out before this, he might have slowed down and realized it's not as easy as you think.
Yeah.
He probably was inspired, like all of us were, by Point Break. But you got to throw on a mask, buddy. You can't be an employee at the casino.
Correct.
I do like that he was a loner, a rebel, because maybe he wasn't really. That was just his
cover.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, thanks.
You guys get it.
It's another reason, though, Sauce, I would never want you to be on my heist team is, let's say this guy, Bill Brennan, robs the place, and then he had an accomplice, and then the accomplice killed him and took the money, double-crossed him. I'm not running that risk with you. I'm not going to be the kid in class that does the project, and then you get the A, and then you get all the credit. You'd be more likely to kill me afterwards, do none of the work, and still take the money and kill me.
But on the other hand, I think Sauce would be easy to kill.
Well, obviously.
You can run it with him and double cross him. You just got to beat him to the punch.
I'm right here.
No, you're right, but you'll forget what he said.
Yeah, I mean, half of that was
What were we
about
talking
me.
about again?
I don't know. It was about me, so...
All you have to do is Hansel and Gretel him. You just put a bunch of Manny's appetizers into a burning building, and Sauce will walk right into it.
The banana cream pie's in the building.
Exactly. Paul, go in there and get that banana cream pie. He's like, oh, I'm burning alive.
Oh, but this pie's so good.
Maybe that's how I pull off a heist and burn down a building at the same time.
Why would you burn down a building?
I'm interested in arson.
You're weird.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
You sound like you might be worried.
I mean, not really.
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of. You're into weird stuff, man.
You're into snake porn.
Yeah, well, true. Your dad gets dumped on.
Who you talking to?
Yeah, anybody who's listening.
Sauce. Give us a description of what you believe snake porn looks like. Go.
I have a question. Do snakes have private parts?
The movie on DVD.
I don't know how snakes mate.
Yeah, I don't either.
They wrap around each other, man.
Do they really?
Yeah, watch it. It's gross as hell.
Yeah, it's really gross.
It's gross?
Yeah, it's gross.
I have no idea. Do they have like parts that like come out when it needs to be? Or are snakes just constantly peeing their pants? How does that work?
What?
I don't know. I've never seen a snake's penis. Have any of you? Well, Paul's onto something. We just remain silent because we know he's right.
What's your buyout?
Banana cream pie for Manny's.
I just want to bet.
What's that?
I knew you were into cream pies.
Oh, grody. That's one thing that really, truly grosses me out.
I can tell. The Minnesota Wild are at Dallas tomorrow. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. So preseason game number 2. They won 5-2 the other day, but did they roll out? Is this one of those bits where like the main players are not playing? Is that how this works?
No idea. Ask Zach.
I don't know how this works.
I don't think so. I think they play.
I don't know if the main guys played the first handful of games or not. I have a feeling they didn't.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like pretty much anybody's name that we would recognize on this list from the first game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the goals as well. I don't know any of these guys. Ben Jones, Jacob Lauko,
no idea.
Graham Clark, Damon Hunt. He was in Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon.
Wallstad's really the only one. There's a couple of them that got called up because there were so many injuries last year, but it doesn't look like these are the normal
Is
guys.
Graham Cracker a white guy?
He better be.
It'd be even funnier if he wasn't.
But what really matters is this.
I'd like you guys to get to know the Jaguar Rundy. A Jaguar with UNDI on the back of it. It's a little wildcat that looks like an otter and has 13 different ways of communicating. 13. The Jaguar Rundy lives in Mexico. He's a small feline that has different ways of communicating, including purring, but you also can hear him whistle. And sometimes they chirp like a bird. They have rounded ears, so they look like a kitty cat with its ears chopped off. And they weigh around 7 pounds. You ever heard of a Jaguar Rundy before in your life?
No.
Me either.
No, but that's what's incredible.
That's a huge bitch.
Is here's an animal we've never heard of.
Right.
And somebody spent their entire life making sure they know everything about a Jaguar Undie.
Yeah.
And deathbed, right? This guy's just, or gal is just like, probably a guy back at, he's like 80 or 90. It was a dude. There weren't scientists back then. They were chicks.
Yeah, he's the Jaguar Rundy king.
Right. And he's on his deathbed and he's like, guys, my life is almost over. I feel like I'm doing one of your reenactments.
You mean you have to phone
You
ring?
too, unfortunately.
My life's almost over. How many ways does this thing communicate? 13. And death.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? His entire life.
Yeah.
They communicate 13 different ways. I spent 60 years counting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have never heard of this?
No, we've never heard of that animal in our entire lives.
No, sir.
So I wasn't helpful in any way.
Not really.
No.
I mean, we're going to use it on a radio show for about a minute and a half on September 24th of 2024, but outside of that, it's worthless.
Yeah.
Is this for a Jaguar? No,
not a Jaguar.
because that I've seen. I'm familiar with those.
Jaguar Rundies? You mean like Trevor Lawrence? His me boys or whatever they're called?
Me undies. Chill boys and that's a Chill Boys and Me undies combo. Me boys.
Yeah, me boys.
That's their Irish sister company.
Me boys.
Yeah.
They also scream, by the way. I didn't realize it until just now they scream.
Marnie, Jaguar undies communicate in 13 different ways. What? Did you know that? 13 different ways.
Jaguar undies?
Jaguar Rundies.
Jaguar Rundies.
With an
Jaguar
R.
Rundies, man. Look them up.
Is it with an R? Or
Who knows?
Jaguar and then UNDI.
Oh, just UNDI.
That's right.
Okay.
Jaguar Rundy. By the way, the females spit, quitters.
Oh, my. Jesus. My Lord. That was on the air.
What? There's nothing dirty about it if you don't know what it means, so everybody be cool. You dang Jaguar Rundies.
Yeah, Paul.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hi, Martins. I'm all fired up today.
I can see that.
Name 13 ways humans communicate. Go.
Talking.
That's one.
Sign language.
2.
Head nods.
It's 3.
Telephone.
That's an interesting play. I don't dislike that play.
Whispering.
Sure.
So just talking but quieter.
Forms of talking.
Human touch.
There you go.
Because you could be like
Yes.
Facial expressions.
facial expressions.
Yeah, don't let him cheat off your paper.
Okay.
He phoned a friend.
Shrugging.
For those of you who can't visualize that, he shrugged.
He shrugged.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? Think about it during the break. You haven't spent your entire life analyzing human nature, so I don't expect you to know all of them.
Shaking their head no.
Every direction the head can go, yes, does mean something. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this with Marty Gelder and John Bonus on the Fan.